Aloha everyone, it's Ariane from Yanni Letters. If you're new here, I make ribbon lay and share tutorials on everything that I've learned. So I am planning to make some changes when it comes to my videos. I'm hoping to get into some long form content, and so that way I can go more in depth and provide fuller tutorials for you guys, but I also don't want to leave you hanging without anything. So for today's video, it's going to be specifically about my 5-color Ohana lay and the pattern that I created for it. This is also a colorway that I created just to kind of mess with it, and hopefully it's enough diversity of colors that the pattern makes sense to you guys. So this isn't going to be a full tutorial. I will probably be missing a lot of information, but this one is specifically going to be about the pattern and organization of these petals. So let's get started. This is the whole pattern. Feel free to screenshot it. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I am going to number all of my colors instead of using the color names, so that for those of you who are making this lay or this pattern but have different ribbon colors, it's not going to be too confusing for you guys, okay? So we're going to go off this first layer of petals here. I will tell you the colors that I'm using, but I will be numbering them as well. So this first one is Icy Pink. This is going to be color number 1. Next one is Garden Bloom. It's got Garden Rose on the outside and I think either Daffodil or Dandelion on the inside. This is number 2. Number 3 is Daffodil. Number 4 is Garden Rose. And number 5 is Ivory. For the leaves, I have Bud Green and Palm Leaf. And the accent is, this one is white organza with gold stripe. This is corsage ribbon in 5/8 inch. The rest of these petals and leaves are 7/8 inch double face satin. You can get all of your ribbons from NKC Ribbons. And if you order from them, use my code YANNY, YANNY, for 5% off your first order. So for this pattern, okay, it looks random, but it's actually not. It's very organized. And the whole point of this pattern, the reason I created it, is because I wanted that mixed color look, but I didn't ever want 2 petals of the same color to be touching each other. This is different than my typical Ohana lay pattern, where each layer is its own color. And so that's what makes this tutorial and this pattern a little bit more confusing, and I've gotten a lot of questions about it. So we have 4 layers of petals, okay? And each layer is going to use all 5 colors of petals that we're using. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? The order that you have your ribbons in and the placement is really important for this pattern, because you don't want 2 of the same color petals to be touching each other. You want them to all kind of be staggered throughout, okay? So first layer in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second layer, we're not going to start at color 1 anymore. We're actually going to start at color 3. So it's going to go 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2. So it kind of loops around. When you guys are adding your petals to the lay, you're going to be working, I like to work in a clockwise direction. So every time I place a new petal, it goes directly clockwise of the previous one. And then in between each layer too, so you know when you do your 5 petals, you spread them out to create that flower pattern. When you start the next one, you want to make sure that it's directly clockwise after the previous petal, which in this case is color number 5 or Ivory. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I will show you guys in a second about how to place them on my lay, since I'm still working on it. So that's layer 2. And then layers 3 and 4 are going to be exactly the same as layers 1 and 2. Okay, so it's going to be colors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then layer 4 is 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. And of course, in between each layer, you have your accent ribbons. Since this lay pattern is a 4-layer section, you're going to have 3 accent ribbons, and it's going to go in between each layer. And then of course, lastly, you finish off the section with your leaves, and then you start all over. So If you guys still have questions, please, please, please comment them down below. I do get a lot of DMs, and so I find that I have to like answer the questions, but you guys all have great questions, and I don't want to be able to share all of that. So if you guys have questions or tips and tricks that you want to share, please comment them down below, and I will hopefully be able to respond to them publicly. So I'm now going to show you how I work on the lei. I already added my first set of leaves here, and now I'm just going to start adding my petals. In order, we have color 1. We'll go ahead and place that down. Color 2 is going to go directly clockwise of color 1. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5. When your first layer is done, all 5 of your petals should be spread out evenly, or as evenly as you can get it. And remember, you want to keep that order, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to add our accent ribbon and then start on our second layer of petals. So like I mentioned, we're working in a clockwise direction and placement is important. So we're gonna start on the second layer, which we're gonna start on color number 3. So that's actually our yellow one in this case, but I wanna place it directly after the last petal from the previous row. So in this case, color number 5 was our ivory. So color number 3, the start of our second layer, is gonna go in between or right after the last petal. So this is color 3. Just like that. And you can already start to see that our yellow, or our color number 3, is not touching the previous layer's number 3, okay? And then keep going, 3, 4, 5. And then loop back around, number 1 and number 2. Okay, so we have our 2 layers done, and you can see that no 2 petals of the same color are touching. They're kind of opposite, all right? Now we're gonna do layer 3. We're gonna keep going, add in our accent. And then we're starting back at color 1. But remember where we're placing it. Okay, you can see even though the third layer is the same as the first layer, it's actually not even stacked on top of or directly on top of color 1 from the first layer. And then go ahead and finish through in order. This was number 2. Oops. Number 3. 4 and 5. Might take some rearranging. Our last layer, accent. And then remember, this layer is the same as the second layer, so it's going to go 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, now all of our petals are done. And you can see that no 2 colors are touching each other. Finish off your leaves. And then you are done with the section. I already have tutorials posted on folding the petals and cutting ribbons, how much to cut, how long to cut them, so make sure you go check that out. I didn't have time in this video to do that for you guys, so make sure you check out my other posts. Hope that helps. Let me know if you guys have questions or comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!